They have college, they have sports, and what's the third one? Drug dealing. I mean, my bad. Goods dealing. You know what I'm saying?
Trapping.
You know what I'm saying? Now you go into trapping because you feel like, all right, if I get into the game and I make this quick, fast money, fast life, but short lived, right?
Yeah, either in dead or you're in jail.
Because that's the best way to escape the situation. Because now it's like, okay, I'm gonna do all this illegal stuff now, or I'm gonna start scamming or start getting into this, like cybersecurity, like I'm talking about, like hacking people or doing schemes to try to beat the system. Because if you take it the normal way, bro, you ain't gonna get there till you about your 40s. But this helps you skip up levels that had did it the hard way, which the hard way is better because then it builds character and you have a better comprehension of what you're doing, and it builds strength inside you so you don't lose your cool when something happens because you've been doing this for so long. But when you cheat your way there just so you can have the so-called status on social media, comes with a lot of problems, and you don't really learn anything from it, and it's a hard fall on your soul.
In the same direction. You're trying to get women, or you're just mad that you can't get the women you want, but it's all about women. And instead of, how do we become better men? How do we take the emphasis off of women? How do we take the attention, not necessarily the attention, but how do we make our lives less about women? Because that's when you regain your power.
I agree.
A guy
100%.
came in here with a comment asking me, some lady, I guess some girl he was talking to, wanted to talk to his cousin, but he had a girl or something like that. And I'm just like, my nigga, how did you type this in here twice? No disrespect. How did you type this in here twice? If that woman, any woman you with, is supposed to be with you, and family, friend, another dude, cut it off. And I would say, don't even cut it off immediately. Do like women do. Women will break up with you, but still fuck you, knowing that they're gonna leave you in a month. Knowing that they're gonna leave you.
Yeah, agreed.
I would say, take it slow, still get the ass, don't spend any money, but start talking to other women. Start slowly drifting away from that. So that once it's ready, you're like, all right, I'm
that's broke, man. See, if a man really cares about you, he gonna sit there and suffer for you.
No.
That's why this stuff is important, because like I said, they be shitting on dudes for not being this or not being at a certain rank at their age or their life. Like, with us millennials, we're guilty of it, right? We thought life is over at 30 years old. Like, once you hit 30, your life is done. If you didn't become successful, you know what I'm saying? Life is done for you, bro.
If you didn't do anything with your life, you're gonna be in your 30s. I mean, having like crisis, like
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, sometimes you got to go through things. But
I don't feel like you have to suffer when you reach 30, bro.
Done. Boom. Like, even understand something. As men,
I don't think there's an age limit for happiness. You could become rich at 40 while the person who so-called because I've seen people who they've worked in yes, massa, good ninja.
If you get rich, they get rich at 40. I'm just saying, but they know each year that they're working, either their income has been consistent or has been gradually going up. There's still some level of progression.
No, some people they hit it out of nowhere. They were broke, poverty, and hit it in 2-3 years. While the other person been consistent, never got fired, working hard, and then they lose their job. Like, I get what you're saying. Consistency is good. I'm not taking that away. But what I am saying is that we think when we get to a certain age, we should be accomplished at this, and this. But everybody comes from a different area, different location, different way of life. If you're born in America in the suburbs, you're like 1% lucky. You're like super lucky. A lot of people don't grow up like that. Some people grew up in poverty. Some people grew up in the worst states possible in America. Some people grew up in the projects. Some people grew up in a poor country. Then they had to come here. So it takes time to get to those things. But once you get to them, you value them even more. And I think, like, I don't like the fact that they feel like you have to be when you're at a certain age as a guy, you have to have this and this and this, because all that stuff is relative. You don't know what different elements played into that person's life to put them there. You don't know if they had a good mentor. You don't know if they could have the mind. Everybody can have the mindset, but they may not. Everybody don't have the same luck. Everybody don't have the same support. Everybody don't have this. So it's just kind of like they feel like you can't be happy until you reach that status. You should always be happy in life. You should always find happiness in your life, no matter what point you're at, and continuously work on yourself. But what social media makes it look like, if you're not this, this, and this, you're miserable. You ain't ish. You are nothing. You deserve to be treated like trash, and that's completely wrong. Because there's a person in every role in society for a reason, you know?
You have a girlfriend, but even if you have somebody in your corner that just likes you.
Hold up. Get back to
that's attracted to you. It gives you such a booster and confidence that it's like, all right, shorty, you want to fuck around? Go ahead. I'm over here and I got that, you know? So I'm not saying what to do. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of unfortunate stress and pressure that's put on an 18-year-old man. And I say, you know, I forgot to state a statement. I come from this era, and I'm glad I realized how, or I come from an era where you didn't have to have muscles to get a female, to go on a date, to like you.
Correct.
To have an intimate interaction with.
Correct. Yeah,
you didn't have to have $100,000
on everything
and earn income. No one damn well most people don't make $100,000. You didn't have to have a college degree. You didn't have to have a car. One of the most beautiful women I bagged. I mean, it's a long time ago. One of the most beautiful.
I agree. One of the top chicks I ever met was at Amazon, and she was bad. I'm talking about she would be like popular on Instagram if she was on it, but she wasn't. We were on Facebook at the time. I agree with him 100%. Some of the most beautiful women I've ever dealt with were at jobs. It wasn't like, oh, I was out and about and like, you know, like I was like, yeah, I gotta get in the gym. I gotta do this. It's like, bro, sometimes you just come across them just through living your life. And I feel like that's the part that these dudes leave out the equation I don't like. They don't tell these dudes to just live your life. You're not gonna get 6 packs in a year, bro. You're not finna do that. It's gonna take you some while. That don't mean you don't deserve love. That don't mean you don't deserve attention. That's the problem that I have. That's the issue that I have with it. It's just they feel like they should treat you any kind of way because you don't live up to these so-called standards that are created. And it's like, no, that's not the way it should be.
Was right at the train station.
It's not healthy either.
I didn't look, but
like you know, I can even vouch for girls in this regard. Like, you know, some girls feel like until they lost the weight or something, they got better treatment. But in my opinion, even that's kind of cringe on my part because it's just kind of like, y'all shouldn't be mistreating them just because of that. Like, now she's talking ish. She's the one talking about, oh, you're short, you're this, you're broke, you're that. You know, if she's making fun of you for your inadequacies, then she should also be okay with the same hammer coming down on her. But if she's being honest and upfront, but you don't want to deal with her, I mean, just be honest about it. But it's just kind of like, why should you treat somebody less than because they're not this standard that you see on social media? And usually the people that are mistreating them don't live up to the standard themselves. They just have slightly 1 or 2 edges above you and they feel like they're gods. I'm like, bro, no, you're not. In some cases, y'all be financially down bad, or y'all be in a lot of crazy situations. So I don't think it's okay to treat certain people a certain way because they're not at a certain position or they're not this. If you don't mess with those people, well, then you don't mess with them. But talking down on them and all this other stuff and forcing this type of toxic so-called uplifting advice on you is like, bruh, if I wanted to do it, when the time is ready, they will do it. If you want to talk about how you did it, that's fine. But how you did it may not be how the next person does it. That's just it.
I mean, I had on some Dino Juniors, the purple and the silver ones. You know, if you know, you know. Had on those, so I was killing it. Nobody had those on. You know, so, but you didn't need all this shit to just be able to have an interaction with a woman.
Facts.
And now society is just totally fucking different, you know?
Facts.
And I feel it for young men. That's why I say take it slow, get an understanding of life, you know? Travel. If you, like, if you're a young man, okay, and you got $5,000 right now, I would take 2,000 and go to DR, go with some friends, just travel and see the world different. Go talk to women, go mingle out there, go party, go have fun, and then come back and see the difference, because that will open up your mind to what life is really about. How life is so big.
This is what I would remember when I told you when I came back. When I came back from DR, it felt like I went back in time. Like I felt like I went back to like the early stages when I was at like FedEx and Amazon. I'm like, yo, like this is how life really was without the advent of social media in your face. Like where people interact with each other, man. It's just like today, if you don't even have a certain amount of followers, they think you a serial killer or some ish like that. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, it did not used to be like that, man. It just didn't.
How the world is so big, opportunity and meeting people is so damn big. So you're not.
We gotta go on dates. We gotta go on dates. I'm like, bro, what happened to just going out, watch a movie, go do something? Like now they talking about, oh well, you know, as we're older now, we gotta have our higher and we gotta date with intention. It's just like, bro, you missed out. That's why you fighting so hard to get a bucket shot in. You missed out. You probably had a dude that was ready for you, and you abused it. So it's kind of like they're putting on this pressure for men to be successful, but then where's that same energy for the other side? Yeah. All this pressure's put on us to be great. What about their side? They can still be. I'm not even gonna go in on them.
Pockets.
I'm not even gonna go in on them.
He's almost done. So we let him finish.
I'm about to go have a great week, great 2 weeks, whatever. Because I really think that, my next video is gonna be about the young man who took his life for his girlfriend and shit, or supposedly over his girlfririend. Young man, whole life ahead of him, ended his life over a 6 out of 10, a 6.5. Where's his father? Where's the man in his life?
I told you, bro, deprived. A lot of dudes are deprived, not just of women, but of male role models, of just friendships, of just being dudes, bro. Like they say, boys being boys, whatever. But dudes had activities like that. I'm letting him finish out.
To help him feel better. Take him to the strip club. So I'm like, hey, let's get a strip club. Yo, let's go to DR. Listen, they say the best, easiest way to move on from somebody else is to get on somebody else. Let me tell you something. How many women do that shit on a daily basis? Most men don't have it like that. But how many women? Listen, I'm not promoting it, I'm not saying, but sometimes, as men, listen, sometimes you just need to take a flight and go bang like 3 fucking broads and then come back like, yo, I was sweating over this, especially if you got money, you got some status, you got a name, you got a fucking presence, and you letting some
sometimes you have all that and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize how important it is. I even felt the same way because I look at my life a little bit more humbly, but I was doing things that dudes were like, how'd you do that, bro? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? I'm like, just trying stuff, bro. Just being open-minded, bro. Like, it's crazy.
I go bitches. I don't care if they 25 or they 35. I don't care if they're 10 or 9. You ending your life over some, my nigga. Where the man at in his family? But I'm gonna say that for another video. And I'm not even trying to diss him or diss his family. I'm not, I don't ever want to do that. Rest in peace. I'm just saying, like, men, this is going to continue to happen. Men are gonna take their lives. Men are gonna take the lives of women.
Opinion, it's gonna get
People
worse.
Are angry. And you don't want frustrated, broke men with no jobs out here.
Oh man,
I'll leave it at that later.
Death and destruction.
Recipe for disaster. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Yeah, man, we in like shit. 35 minutes into it,
bro. Might as well, bro. Because this one's a passionate video, man. Because I think this is one of our most important videos, in my opinion. This is very important.
Well, with that being said, I don't know. Like I was saying earlier in the video, is just, the standard, this society in general, the standard for men is at an all-time high. And it makes it more amplified when it's pushed down your throat on the TV, on social media, and sometimes even in your real life as well. People may bring it up, and we just trying to find the right and direct balance of how to put things in perspective and not get too caught up in what other people have to say is very important. So you don't get led astray in what the actual end goal for for you want your life to be. You shouldn't really be focusing on what other people have to say, especially the women, because I believe, man, I mean that's just a natural thing, but men put too much emphasis on what women's opinions, what they have to say when you're the one have to be successful. It don't matter what she could be dusty, musty, and somebody some desperate guy out there is gonna go with her. But is that the girl that you want? Obviously, I'm going to assume it's no. So I just feel like guys shouldn't put too much pressure what women have to say what they gotta be, because you're the one have to be successful. They're the ones looking for the guys to take care of them. They ain't gonna be the ones to take care of you. So you have to take care of yourself first before you think about them. And that's the thing. I feel like guys always gotta be like, I gotta do this for my girl. I have to do this to get this girl. I was like, no.
The codependency.
Bro, these chicks are always gonna still be around, bro. Your older guys have always said this to me, and it is literally true. The girl you saw in high school, shit. Wait, when you graduate college and everything, she's still gonna be at the same spot where she at, bro.
Still looking for her a Prince Charming, you know.
Still gonna be the same place where she at. So you shouldn't feel too bad where you're at right now. As long as you're making progression in what you're doing and you're seeing the results of it, I just feel like that what really should matter is the most.
You should be putting your love into your passion, or even if you don't, you may not even have a passion, because I've met dudes like this. I know dudes like this in my personal life who they don't really have nothing to live for. They just consumers. They just consume, and then sometimes they even be talented, but they don't have any passion about their life because they never really they may be less emotion. They not have as much emotions. They just go through life as like a robot. But deep down, I know they have emotions. They just need the right triggers for it to happen. You know, they just don't have that trigger right now. But for the most part, you have to put that love and that energy into something that you care about. And that should be the thing that you should be nurturing the most. And I had to learn that the hard way. It's like, dude, you got to do it for you, bro. Like, because if you don't do it for you, I'm telling you, you going to, unless you a family man, you doing it to take care of your family or something like that, you should be doing it for you or for them, because you're putting emphasis on the girl where she like somebody I know said, like, if she don't follow you, hey, take her off the boat. You can leave the boat. I'm gonna keep sailing. I'm gonna keep doing what I need to do, because I don't have time to stop because you feel some type of way. So I feel like there's a lot of guys that dedicate themselves, or a lot of guys don't see the value in their life until a woman comes in. There's a lot of guys like that, unfortunately. You know, shouldn't be like that. But when he talked about, I forgot to play, I was so caught up in what he was saying because I was like eagerly, listening. I was like, man, he said take a flight, bruh. Yes, sir. That flight does help, bro. It changes, bro. If I had my passport right now, I would have put it on. But yes, sir. But pretty good video. Very important subject that I think should be talked about, because a lot of dudes don't talk about this. They don't talk about how just being regular is okay. Picking up social skills, being able to talk to people, being able to communicate with people. There doesn't always have to be some intention, like you're always going to get something. Like, just accept the journey, accept the things that come into it. You'll find the right people. Go on the internet, talk about it, talk about your experience. Sometimes some people meet their best friends on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And then it grows from there. So, but the point is, a lot of dudes are we're just not. We're lost. I'll say that. We're lost. A lot of these dudes are lost, especially the younger ones. But there's young dudes that are wising up. They like, oh, we see the BS, bro. We out. They like, oh, this is what's going on. I'm out. So shout out to those guys that realized that early, regardless if they got muscles or not. Okay. But
I guess we can, end it from there. So tell us what you guys think about what he said in the video, and also what our comments, what we said in response to it. So if you guys enjoy the video, please let us know in the comment section down below. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any feedback or recommendations, you hit us up on our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next video.